those who are interested in software development roles or the software profiles or those who are interested in coding, you should obviously start coding right today. There is not tomorrow, because without coding, without TSA, you are not going to get placed in a good top software development role in a good IT firm. Hello guys, I am Mansi Shukla and I am a final year student in VIT Vellore. I was also project head of IT VIT, which is a student chapter in VIT, and we had a technical team with the name of Team for Dimension. We made amazing projects, many multidisciplinary projects. We had an amazing team and we worked on various publications, patents. So this was something extra which I did apart from my academics. Now coming to placements, this August 2020, during the placement season, I was placed in City, which is a super room company which comes for the software role in VIT. The CTC was 12 LPA and an additional performance bonus of 1.7 LPA per annum, which was subject to an individual's performance. Now coming to the application process, there was no constraint in terms of branch. All the branches were allowed to apply, and the CGPA constraint was 6. So any student who had 6 CGPA could apply. But when the shortlist came for the online test, there was a major shortlisting. Only around 600 students were allowed to take the online test, and preference was given to CSE, IT, and ECE. Whole recruitment process of City was actually of 3 levels: 1 round of online test and 2 rounds of interviews. The first round was obviously the online test, and it has 4 sections. The first one was a logical ability test, which consisted of various questions from figures, calendars, and many other logical questions. The second was the technical MCQs from your subjects like DBMS, OS, computer networks, and coding. And the third section was quantitative aptitude MCQs. It was pretty easy and it consisted of basic maths. We had to calculate like simple interest, compound interest, profit loss, probability, etc. And the fourth section was the coding section. It had 2 coding questions which were to be solved in 60 minutes. The difficulty varied actually. I would say it was moderate level, but some students got one easy level question, one difficult. Some got 2 moderate. Some were lucky who got both easy, but it was easy to moderate level test for me. So I was able to solve, I guess, according to me, I did all the MCQs correctly, and I was able to solve one code completely, and the other code also, I guess 1 or 2 test cases didn't pass, rest I was able to solve. So the next round was the technical interview round, and for that round 80 students were shortlisted. Here also CGPA played an important role, because 9 pointers were given preference, and I was a 9 pointer. My CGPA was 9.16 at the time of placement process, so I was lucky to be get shortlisted for the interview. Now during the technical interview, it was for 30 minutes and there were 2 interviewers. They asked about our resume. They actually went through the resume. They asked me whatever I had written in my resume, like why did I write scalable applications, what is the meaning of scalable, and then they asked a little deep into my projects, what did I do in the development projects or in the ML projects. I was also asked about some concepts from Java, about the object-oriented programming and the difference between some keywords and some questions from inheritance, etc. Now at the end I was also asked to write a code. Actually not write, because there wasn't much time left, so they asked me to give the algorithm. They gave me 2 codes and I had to design the algorithm, and I had to tell them that what data structure I would use and why would I use that, and what is the best solution which could be in terms of time complexity. So this was all about the interview. The interview ended, and around 4 or 5 hours later, I received a mail that I've been shortlisted for the HR round. The next round was the HR round. Now 20 students were shortlisted for the HR round. Uh, in the HR round, it was a very short interview. It was around for 15 minutes only, and the HR asked me that uh, I had why would I consider myself a fit for this job role, and how did I improve myself, or how did I change myself over my past years of college, and how would I describe that what I was during my school days and what I am today, what is the difference in my vision. And he also asked me that how would I explain the concept of Git and GitHub to any layman who didn't do coding. So this was about the HR round, and it went well for me. So I was hopeful, and when the final results came, 16 people were selected, and I was one among them. Fairly, you can't prepare for an interview or placement overnight. It is something which has to be done, at least started 1 year back or at least 6 months back. So if you are a good coder, then it's actually a plus point for you, because anyways you have to clear the online test first, and in most of the companies, software companies, coding is a part of the online test. So I practiced coding questions from LeetCode and HackerRank. I also did some questions from InterviewBit, and for the conceptual part I studied from GFG, and Abdul Bari's videos on YouTube were amazing. Also there is a playlist by Aditya Verma for dynamic programming, and many other such topics. So Aditya Verma is great, you can go watch his videos. And the key to everything is this, you have to do, like you have to practice, you have to code. You just can't read the concepts and expect to master them. You have to actually solve the problem. So basically the problem solving skills is what is tested during the interview. So as I told that they asked me to design the algorithm, so they ultimately they didn't ask me to write the code, they didn't check the syntax, they didn't get a chance, because I had to just tell them my algorithm, like what is my thinking ability. They wanted to test how could I solve this particular problem, which data structure I use, and how I reduce the complexity of the solution. So basically problem solving skills should be good. Now apart from coding, you obviously need to master your core technical subjects like OS, DBMS and computer networks. And system design is not usually asked by many of the companies, but yeah, if you study system design, then also it is a benefit. So apart from that, you should also focus on your soft skills. Obviously an HR round cannot be qualified without your soft skills, your confidence. So my HR round was actually it was taken in a very rush, because I received a mail just 10 minutes before my interview. So I had to just rush up and open my laptop and set up everything. So I was very nervous. But at the end, I just tried to relax myself and give the best answers I could. And obviously, you have to be true. You shouldn't fake in an HR interview, because that doesn't help. You shouldn't say any fake or false things. Also, you should always read about the company before going to an HR round or any interview, even if it's a technical interview. Your answer should be based on the job role and on the company profile, that how could you contribute to that particular company, what is your skill set, how does it match to the job role. So this is also an important part. Apart from that, don't ignore the other subjects like OS, DBMS and computer networks. These are also important. You should know the basics, you should know the MCQ level. Also SQL, you should practice SQL from HackerRank. I guess it's the best platform according to me, because I practiced from there and it was pretty good. So you should practice how to write SQL queries. And logical ability should be good, because most of the companies have a section of logical ability. So you should be able to solve logical questions. And your maths should be, the basic formulas of maths, you should remember them, because the time is very limited. So if you are able to calculate some things mentally, then it's an advantage for you while solving the MCQ. So the questions I got during my online test and the coding test were 2 coding questions, and one was related to graphs and one was related to arrays. So even graphs is nothing, something like, it's not anything out of the box. It's also a conceptual problem solving thing which can be solved by array or linked list. So first you should know all the basic data structures. Your basics should be clear. then only you would be able to solve problems of a more complex level, more difficult or hard level. Don't just jump into hard problems on LeetCode. You won't be able to do that. Start from easy, start from medium, progress to medium, then try solving one or two hard. Don't give up, because the hard questions may even take you 2 hours or maybe 3 hours or maybe a few days. So don't try to copy the code directly from the solution. Okay, like it's compile and it's done successfully. Then no, you won't learn like that. So you should be honest to yourselves. Don't ever lie to yourself. You should be honest about your levels. Just analyze that where are you standing, and many people ask me that whether 9 pointer gives you some advantage, being a 9 pointer is good or not. Yeah, it actually gave me an advantage. So if you can maintain, it's well and good, and you should actually try to maintain a CGPA of 9.0 or plus. So because many companies in VIT, they shortlisted on the basis of CGPA. Initial shortlisting was only done on the basis of CGPA. Like if you are 9 pointer, then you're allowed to give the online test, else you're not. Or it could be 8.5 or 8.8 or 9.2. You wouldn't even know. My CGPA was 9.16, but even then I couldn't give the online test to one or two companies. So you don't know what is the CGPA cutoff because it isn't revealed. But it's good practice to maintain a CGPA of 9 or 8.5 is also okay. You should be more focused on your skills. Your resume should be something which, when the recruiter sees, he becomes curious that okay, you've done this project now. This is a great project. How did you do the project? Don't copy the projects from just you just fork any repo from GitHub and you just paste it in your resume. Don't do that, because if any recruiter asks you something about the technicality of the project, you wouldn't know. So it should be in your habit to build some cool projects with the help of a team, or you could also build alone. So you should always build some amazing projects for your resume. Now your resume shouldn't be too lengthy. Like if you've done ample of things, then you can make a maximum of 2-page resume, but it shouldn't be more than 2 in any case, because you're just a student, you're just a fresher, you're not an industry expert who can have 3 or 4 pages of resume. So your resume should be limited to 1 page or maximum 2 pages. It should include about yourself, like what are your skill sets, where are you focused, what are your interests, and about your education, about your experiences, if any, like if you have done any past internships, or if you have been a part of any club or chapter, or if you have done anything extra, or your achievements, if you have won any hackathon, if you have been to any conference or anything like that. You could also include your certifications, but always remember to include the URL of your certifications, so that if the recruiter wants, he or she can verify. Now you should include at least 3 to 4 projects in your resume with a GitHub link. According to my advice, if you give the GitHub link, then the recruiter has a chance to actually verify that okay, you have actually done this project. He can go, if he wants, he can go and review the code, maybe, or at least it provides you a validity that okay, you've just not copied from somewhere the title and the about and just pasted it in your resume. So it's a good practice to maintain your GitHub account, update it timely, and provide all the details of your all the professional social platforms like LinkedIn and your GitHub in your resume, about along with your mail and phone number. Don't get demotivated if you can't qualify some online test of a company, because it happens. It's there are many students out there, and it's the day is not perfect for everyone. Right? So don't get disheartened by these small failures, small setbacks, because they always play a major role in improving yourself. You should just take them as a chance to analyze your performance and where you went wrong, and just work on them and improve it for next time. So I also gave like more than 35 to 36 online tests, like for 35 to 36 companies. I only selected once, but and it wasn't like that always it was my major fault. Obviously I was lagging somewhere, but sometimes it just happens that you just you are very disheartened and you say okay, why only me, like am I so weak or am I so dumb? No, it's not like that. So you just keep on progressing, keep on improving. And to the juniors, I would like to say that it's the starting of your college life. enjoy it, but also make sure you make the most out of it. You should be a part of an amazing circle and an amazing environment where you can learn, you can grow. You should upskill yourself according to your interest. Don't force yourself into something because of your peer pressure or something like that, because if you're not interested in anything, you won't get successful in that. So you should be, just take fun in learning, take fun in whatever you do, and enjoy it, and make sure you build your resume over 3 years that you get, 2 to 3 years, so that you don't have problem at the end, you don't have to panic. And those who are interested in software development roles, or the software profiles, or those who are interested in coding, you should obviously start coding right today. There is no tomorrow, because without coding, without DSA, you are not going to get placed in a good top software development role in a good IT firm. So coding is important. You will obviously get placed in a good company, and till then, enjoy your college life, and happy learning. Also, thanks to the Place XP team for giving me this opportunity to interact with you people, and share my experience. And that's all from my side. Thank you.